You'll notice I'm wearing sunglasses today. I don't usually wear sunglasses. I consider it kind of an FU to the sun. The sun is responsible for giving us life on this earth, and I feel it's a little egotistical for us to say, nah, thank you, sun, but sometimes you make my eyes squinty. I'm on my way to pick up the boy Jay from his grandmother's house. Jay is a very popular feature on this daily vlog, so I want to make sure I talk about him as much as possible. If you haven't seen Jay, please go back and watch some of the previous videos of him. You will fall in love, and he's my child, and you can't have him unless you have deep wallets. Deep pockets, I think, is how that saying goes. I don't know, deep wallets too, I guess, like in those old time, shows where they people would store change in a sock, a little sock with a clasp on the top. That would be technically considered a deep wallet. So, F you, everyone who rolled their eyes at my misquote of that saying earlier. I've thought about it, and I probably won't do any recordings with him in the car anymore. It just doesn't seem that safe. Already recording in the car isn't that safe. But also being distracted by him and what he says, while also being distracted by the camera, and oh yeah, there's also traffic on the road. All of that comes together and probably is not very safe. However, I will definitely be still having videos with him. There'll be more of the outside of the car style videos, since that's the only option when you're comparing inside of the car versus outside of the car. However, this doesn't mean that I'm not open to using another person's child to make these videos, because I don't care about those children. Those aren't my children. So if anyone out there has a child that they would like to lend me for a few minutes each day, they can just strap on in the back there and have some clever banter. There's some qualifications, though. I want to make sure you understand this. It's very important that your child is cute, so no Asian kids. It's also very important that your child is not easily offended and will not take things to heart, because I probably will be insulting his or her weight quite a bit. Also, qualification, your child cannot be mute. Alright? They need to be able to talk. Your child cannot be deaf. They need to be able to hear me. Your child cannot be a grown-up, because that is not as hilarious as a child. Your child cannot, and I repeat, cannot be in utero, because that would also require that the mother be present, and I don't think the mother wants to be present when I will be ridiculing her child. The child must be independently wealthy and be able to write its own name and also come with its own checkbook, preferably. The child must like The Simpsons, the earlier episode. Now, I understand that a child is probably not going to have been alive long enough to see the early Simpsons episodes, so this requires that the child has access to a DVD library. Parents, this is probably in your court. The child must also like Family Guy, and the child must not have an opinion as to what's better, Family Guy or The Simpsons, even though we all know Family Guy is better than The Simpsons. However, I don't want the child announcing this preference, because really it's just going to result in a bunch of hipster one-updom. The final qualification, the child must not be a dick. Alright? Dickish children out there, you need not apply, like Irish in the 1920s.